Today I'm wearing a lot of pink and I actually have a beret in my hair and I'm wearing a Disney t-shirt and I have a very bright lip on. I'm making fashion and beauty choices that my 13-year-old self would approve of, and I think that's always a good thing to aspire to every once in a while. Hi guys, it's Magali, and if it's your first time on my channel then welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I make regular videos on beauty, fashion and lifestyle, so if you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to hit the red subscribe button below this video and subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a video. And I know I've been doing empties much more frequently in the second half of 2020 at least, just because I've been getting through a lot of products. For this video I have graduated back to the slightly larger dabba, and I know it's not like full or anything, but I really just wanted to get this done so that I could appropriately dispose of and recycle all of this packaging here and essentially just get this kachra out of my room. Last empties of 2020, and I am gonna try extra hard in this video to keep my thoughts on the products succinct. We have hair care, skin care, makeup, body care and miscellaneous, and all of the products that I'm going to talk about are going to be listed in the description bar below this video. There are also timestamps for the categories that I just mentioned, so in case you don't want to watch the whole video, you can jump to any particular section with the help of those timestamps. Let's just dive right in. I'm going to start with the first category, which is hair, and the first product that I have is something that I have in pretty much every empties. This is the Batiste Dry Shampoo in the Clean and Classic Original fragrance, because they have a lot of different fragrances out now. It smells really fresh. Not a very regular user, but at the same time I don't think I could do without having any dry shampoo at all. I tend to use it more when the weather is humid. I like this. I do have several backups of it that I actually need to use. I don't think I'll have to buy any dry shampoo for the year 2021 also. And the next product that I have is something from L'Oreal's Extraordinary Clay range. This is a range that's particularly made for summers and for humid weather. From the description that I read of this product, it kind of functions as a dry shampoo, except that it was in a gel type form, and it says it's a pure clay plus menthol, icy feeling, anti-scalp oiliness, and it also says you will feel 7 degrees cooler on your scalp. It did feel cooling immediately, and especially in summer, having a cool feeling scalp feels amazing. But this actually doesn't do anything for your scalp, because the two main ingredients kind of in this are menthol and alcohol. Basically, menthol to me is such an interesting chemical, really. I remember when I first read about it, I was really fascinated, because whenever your skin comes into contact with menthol, it works at making your skin feel cooler immediately. That's why there are so many gums that have menthol, because not only does it freshen your breath, but it makes your entire throat feel so cool. And they put it in everything from sanitary napkins to cigarettes just for its cooling effects. So as I said, this felt nice, but it didn't really do anything special for your scalp. And also it has alcohol in it because it was a gel, right? So if you put a lot of gel on your scalp, normally your scalp would get wet because gel is wet, but alcohol helps with evaporation so that the gel dries up fast. But alcohol is also notoriously drying, so you are not doing your scalp any favors by using this product. It was fun to use, probably not good for you, and that's why I would not be repurchasing this one. And the next product that I have is from Kaya Hair. It is from their Root Regen range. I actually have this entire range. It is 4 steps, and if you look at the packaging, you can handily see the number on it, so it makes it easier for you to follow the routine. There's the hair oil, there's the shampoo, there's the hair mask, and then finally there is a serum also. This Root Regen range was supposed to be something that targets hair fall from the scalp. It says it's lightweight, non-sticky, and it has an exotic blend of a few different oils like macadamia, avocado and olive oil. And I find that hair oil application and massages are usually beneficial for your hair and scalp, but I don't think this one was anything extra special really, so I wouldn't be getting this again. And now I have a couple of shampoos, the first of which is the L'Oreal Extraordinary Clay Purifying and Hydrating Shampoo. Even though I didn't really like the scalp refresher from this range, I actually really like the shampoo. It promises that it's anti-oiliness and it gives you 3 days of freshness. I love using this in warmer weather when my scalp gets greasy easily, and I did find when I started using this, I was able to delay how frequently I would wash my hair. So if I usually wash my hair every alternate day, then when I use the shampoo, I could wash it every third day, which was really nice because I'm trying to train my hair to wash it less. And I do have another one of these shampoos, but you know, after it finishes also, I think I would continue repurchasing this one for warm weather. It's also really quite affordable and available in a lot of different sizes. Second shampoo is this ᴍᴜ Professional Hair Care Spa Treat Shampoo for scalp care, and I bought this when I was looking for a dandruff shampoo. I'd never really heard of this brand, and I still don't really know much about this brand, but I was looking for a shampoo that had zinc in it. Zinc is actually a really nice ingredient for scalp care as well as skincare. It's just antimicrobial and it has quite a bit of benefits. This also has rosemary and fenugreek extract. When I use this, I think it did a really good job of controlling my dandruff, because sometimes when the weather changes or whatever, I'm prone to having an itchy, flaky scalp. So every now and then I definitely do prefer to have a dandruff shampoo, and this was a really nice one. It was not harsh or anything, it was really creamy and yet effective, and I think it was more effective than a lot of the other more common dandruff shampoos we have out there, like Head and Shoulders and all. It is fairly affordable, and if you are looking for a good dandruff shampoo, I would recommend this one. I would also probably repurchase it, but I wanted to try the ÇebaMed one, so I'm gonna try the ÇebaMed one next. I already have it. That one is more expensive than this, so this is like an affordable but effective option. Now on to conditioners and hair masks. First, from L'Oreal, I have this Fall Repair 3X Anti-Hair Fall Conditioner. This is also another product I feel where the whole messaging is a little bit deceptive, because if you're having hair fall from the roots, then a conditioner is really not going to help you control the hair fall. But if your hair is falling due to breakage, then yes, maybe a conditioner could help you, especially if that breakage is due to your hair getting tangled and then when you comb it, it breaks. Conditioner just kind of smooths out your hair, and then it would probably break less. This was totally adequate, but I don't think that I would actually go and buy it again. I would probably get some other range. And from TRESemmé, I have Platinum Strength Renewing Deep Conditioning Treatment. This one is a deep conditioner that functioned for me more like a hair mask than a normal conditioner. This is the one from US. I was actually gifted this product by my aunt. She gave me the whole range, and I think that the American version of TRESemmé is a little better than the Indian version. I really like choosing this. I think if I had easy access to it, I would get it, but also I'm not crying over the fact that it's over. L'Oreal Professional Absolute Repair Lipidem Instant Reconstructing Mask for damaged hair. Basically, this product is still around, I'm sure. They've just changed the packaging ever so slightly, but it's the same thing. This is probably one of my holy grail hair masks because it's for damaged hair, and if you have dry hair, even if you have not damaged it, then masks for damaged hair work amazingly well at repairing your hair and giving it the moisture that you need. This is probably my second favorite hair mask of all time. I really like the Moroccan oil. It's called the Intense Hydrating Hair Mask, but it is also quite expensive. It's a big tub, but it's pricey, so I haven't repurchased it, also because I have a lot of other products still that I'm trying to get through. That's my first favorite. This is my second favorite. I've gone through maybe 3 tubs of this stuff, and it's really good. If your hair is looking dry, if it's looking damaged, definitely pick this up, because I think it's actually really worthwhile for the price. Also, being L'Oreal Professional, it is more expensive than just the other L'Oreal like drugstore stuff, but for the price you're also getting like a salon grade product almost. So yes to this. One hairstyling product. This is from Be Blunt. It is the curl defining leave-in cream. I took quite a while to finish this. I'm not sure why, but this was the first curl cream that I really tried. It just finished off last night, so I even styled my hair with the help of this cream. But when you see like good waves, I attribute that more to the gel than anything. I don't think this cream did so much for me. Now, I'm not following Curly Girl strictly. I don't actually bother too much about ingredients when I'm using products. Now, we all know that silicone is actually not great if you have curly hair. It is an ingredient to avoid. I definitely will not be repurchasing it. It's time for category number 2, which is skin, and I say this in every single empties. Have the most skincare products, although surprisingly this time there is an overwhelming amount of masks, because I think I just happened to finish a lot of masks recently, and I've been more in a masking mood. So there are sheet masks which are more for hydration, and like they fall into like the moisturization category, but there are also masks that you would apply and then wash off for cleansing or hydration properties, whatever. So the first couple of products that I have, two full-size Body Shop masks that I happen to have finished off. Both of them had very little in them, so I was like, we can do this, and I took them past the finish line. The first is the Body Shop British Rose Fresh Plumping Mask. I actually really like the Body Shop's British Rose line, and I really enjoy the fragrance of this whole range. I think it's pretty amazing. I tend to not like some rose fragrances. I think on the whole, when luxury brands do rose formulas, I really like it. It's just when you buy that little generic rose water that's really common in India, that particular fragrance gives me a headache. But anyway, this is more of a gel textured hydrating mask that was more for dry skin. So I only used this a handful of times, and I use this more for my mum who has kind of a drier skin type. The only concern that I have with hydrating face mask like this are, I think if it's an overnight mask, it's fine because it's getting the overnight to absorb into your skin. But you know, if you put this on, you keep it on even for half an hour, and then you go and wash it off or like hop in the shower or whatever, how much of that is really getting absorbed in your skin and how much of it is just getting washed away? You know, your skin is going to absorb some, but then largely it's just all going down the drain. And that's why I think the kind of masks that you wash off, if you're using them for cleansing your pores or whatever, that's nice. But if you're using hydrating masks, they shouldn't be the wash off kind. That's why I kind of don't get the point of this mask, but maybe also because it's not so much for my skin type. And if people with normal to dry skin have used this mask or any other mask like this, I would love to hear your feedback. Also, do you guys think these hydrating masks work, especially when you have to wash them off? I wouldn't be getting more of this right now. And the second mask that I have, this is the Japanese matcha green tea mask, and I tend to really like matcha to drink, and I also like it in food. But I think this is one of my first matcha based skincare, or no, I had a face milk from 4-3 Beauty also that was matcha based. This is supposed to be an anti-pollution mask, and it had a nice really grainy texture, and it felt really good on skin. If you guys would like masks that cleanse and clear your pores, but you find purely clay based mask to be too harsh, you might really enjoy this one. I like clay based masks. Sometimes I used to find this one too mild, but it's also really gentle and it never irritated my skin in any way. I liked it. I wouldn't repurchase any mask because I still have a lot to finish off. About these Body Shop masks, I like that they now have smaller sizes of basically the entire range, because I feel like these are really big, 75 ml. They're a little bit expensive also, and then once you start using it, you need to finish it within a year. Sometimes I stretch that a little bit really, but ideally you should be finishing off within a year. Unless you mask really often, it kind of becomes a little bit of a headache, and that's why smaller sizes are amazing. This mask range is pretty extensive, so I think whatever your skin concern is, you'd probably find some of the other masks that will work really well for you. And if you're buying for the first time, I would recommend getting the smaller size. The next mask I have is from Pond's. It is their Mineral Clay Detox range with activated charcoal. This actually has 2 uses in here, but I managed to stretch it to 3 uses, which was nice, I guess, because I just spread a really thin layer. And this mask is actually really handy to even use with your finger. It has a nice smooth spreadable and a non-messy texture. The Body Shop masks, I prefer to use them with a brush because I just think they don't spread as well, maybe because they have a more natural texture and this has more of a smooth paste. But this one actually really surprised me. I thought it might be too harsh, but it is actually really nice, and it kind of purifies the skin and the pores while not being too stripping or too drying. I tend to go for these whenever my skin is feeling really congested, you know, when I have hormonal acne and stuff. I really like this. One time I even spot masked with this, where I just felt like my nose was really oily, so I only put it on my nose. This is really nice considering that this one tube costs just 30 rupees, and you can very frequently get it at a really decent discount online also. You just can't only buy one tube. I think you have to buy like a set of tubes. but this is really amazing, and if I didn't have masks at home, I would buy more of this really. There's also a pink clay one. Stuff is actually quite good. I even used it in a recent vlog when I had hair color on my head. From Innisfree, I have a capsule recipe pack. This is the canola honey one. So they have a bunch of these capsule recipe packs. I don't even know how many, with different ingredients for different skin concerns. They are fairly more affordable than buying a full size like mask bottle or a tube or something, but they still are kind of expensive considering that you get 2 applications in here, kind of like this, and I did use this twice, but I really slathered on a little bit too much of it, and I feel like I could have stretched it to thrice had I planned better, you know. I didn't purchase this actually. I got it as a gift when I bought some other Innisfree products. This canola honey one was kind of more of a hydrating mask, similar to the Body Shop's British Rose mask. I didn't feel anything particularly special after washing it off. They say you have to keep it on for just 10 minutes. It was also very drippy because honey is one of the main ingredients, and the whole mask itself kind of looks like honey and behaves like honey. This did not really impress me, and I think that if you want hydration out of a mask, it still makes more sense to buy a sheet mask. Sheet masks have serum that actually get absorbed in your skin, and this one you just have to wash off in like 10 minutes. Not recommended. I have a small size of the Jane Iredale Beauty Prep Cleanser, which was kind of a confusing product. It was a little bit like a micellar water, and like the rest of this beauty prep range, it did have this vague lemongrass smell that I didn't really like at all. It smelled really weird when I was putting it on my face. So this one is a no for me, and I'm glad that I got a sample size of it because I did not like it at all. Here's another cleanser from Simple Skincare. It's just their micellar cleansing water that hydrates and gently removes makeup. It has no artificial perfume or color, no harsh chemicals, no alcohol, no paraben. This worked very well for me. Like most micellar waters, it is unfragranced. All micellar waters are good basically. They're all pretty much the same, and there are so many different brands that make them now. So I think as long as you choose any brand that has an unfragranced variant, you should be good to go. I like this one, but it is more expensive than the Garnier micellar water basically. If you guys are looking for the most cost-effective variant, just go with the Garnier one. I don't think I will be repurchasing this particular one. The Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel, which is a really famous product that has been around for so long. I feel sometimes that this is a very bland moisturizer. It was maybe path-breaking when it first came out, but now we have moisturizers with so many different active ingredients that I think other than just hydrating, they're actually helping your skin in different ways. This one just hydrates. However, I found myself reaching for this whenever my skin was irritated or annoyed, because I know that this is one product that will never irritate my skin, it will never trigger me. And I could also use this like as an under eye product, because I firmly believe that you can use any moisturizer in your like eye region also. Really, eye creams aren't necessary. However, most moisturizers tend to have some natural or artificial fragrance. I cannot put that anywhere near my eyes because it always stings and always irritates me. This one didn't have any fragrance, and so it was really gentle like that. It's been a while now that Clinique has actually revamped this whole lineup, because they have the moisturizing jelly also that I was really curious to try, but I have not tried that one yet. And they also have those capsules that you can add in so that you could add an active ingredient into your moisturizer, which is a very good concept, but it increases the price of an already sort of expensive product. I won't be repurchasing this one right now. From Plum, I have their grapeseed and sea buckthorn night cream. So this is kind of a heavier, richer night cream, and I started using this one when it started getting cold in November, like right at the start of November, and I had high hopes for it, but within a few days I realized that this was not agreeing with my skin and it was giving me whiteheads. But I took a little break from it. The whiteheads stopped, and then I was like, let me try again. 1 or 2 days, the whiteheads started again, and that's when I was sure that it was this product to blame. I didn't want to waste it, and since it was a richer moisturizer, I ended up finishing it off as like a body cream or body butter, and it worked amazingly that way. That's what I do whenever products don't agree with my face, because my face is very sensitive. They're usually still fairly good products. And I like using face moisturizers that don't agree with me as hand, feet and body cream. I've even done it for face washes I don't like. I end up using it as a body wash. Some of you guys might laugh at that, but I don't know, I just don't feel good about wasting a product that I already have, so I just usually prefer to use it in a different way. From The Ordinary, I finally finished off their salicylic acid 2% solution. I've had this for a while. I don't know why I said finally. It's a good thing that it lasted me this long, because I only needed a few drops at a time, and I used to use this as chemical exfoliation for my face as well as a little bit for my body. I have this thing called keratosis pilaris. It's this like random little genetic skin issue, also known as chicken skin, where your hair follicles get like a little bit bumpy because they have that buildup of keratin, and it kind of feels like acne or something, but it's not at all acne. It's completely dry and it's just like a buildup of like fleshy protein really. So all you can do is exfoliate. I used to exfoliate with physical exfoliants like scrubs, but I think chemical exfoliation is healthier, so I would just put a few drops of this and rub it in. This salicylic acid worked very well for my face and for my body. It was very effective while never being harsh. For face, I kind of used it more as a spot treatment wherever my skin was bumpy. You can apply it anywhere except for the eye area, of course. Please avoid the eye area. You don't chemically exfoliate around your eyes. I would recommend this in a heartbeat if you have The Ordinary available where you live. We don't have it in India, and the resellers drive up the prices quite a bit, so it ends up being a little too expensive and you can no longer justify it, if you know what I mean. I had heard that The Ordinary was supposed to be coming to India in this year, maybe next year. Now I'm not sure. I don't have any more information. This that I'm telling you guys, this is all the information that I have. If that happens, I think it would be absolutely wonderful. Till then, if you can get your hands on this easily, like go ahead. If not, like, you know, find some other alternative. It's okay. Don't pay like 2 times the price and all for it, because I think that's like the opposite of what The Ordinary stands for as a brand. They were all about doing like affordable formulations. I also fell into the reseller trap, but then I realized it was just not worth it. I have a couple of sheet masks here from Innisfree. I have the My Real Squeeze mask in the shea butter one, which is of course really hydrating. From I have the mugworth sheet mask, kind of a fancier sheet mask, as you can see from the packaging. Even the mask itself just looked and felt a little bit nicer, but I feel like all sheet masks work pretty much the same way. I've stopped buying them now since a while, but I'm just still working through my stash and I don't remember to use them very often. Yeah, these were totally fine. is kind of a really well-known Korean brand, and I featured one of their other products in my November favorites video as well. Another Korean skincare product from the Fish Shop's Dr. Belmure. I have their Spot Plaster Band. These are just basically pimple patches. This is the backing paper that the pimple patches were on, and I really like this because it does absolutely reduce the size of my pimples, and then it also helps me stop picking. I do get like 1 or 2 pimples a month. It's usually just hormonal. This works wonderfully. I just put it on at night time, and by the next day it has really extracted a lot from the pimple. The pimple is usually flatter, it's usually less painful. It is expensive, but then you get so many sheets. This one has actually lasted me for a year, and I think I'm gonna repurchase this one really soon because I like it. I'm on my last sheet. After that finishes, I will repurchase it. I now have a couple of face mists which you can use at different points in your routine. So you can kind of use these mists as gentle toners, or you can use them when you are moisturizing your face or when you're using a hyaluronic acid based serum. Most of the year I don't actually need to mist because we have really high humidity in Mumbai. The moisturizer can kind of draw from the air, but when the humidity levels drop, that's when misting your face while moisturizing makes a lot of sense, because otherwise the air is really cold and it's really dry, so it kind of sucks out the moisture from your face. And so you guys should probably all mist more, and it's a good habit. I've even taught it to my mom, and now whenever she moisturizes, she makes sure to mist her face first. I have the Kama Ayurveda Pure Mogra water. I really do like Kama Ayurveda's floral waters. They're really subtle and very nice. Now the rose water is something that's very famous already, and I also really like their lavender water. So amongst all of the waters I've tried, Mogra one was probably my least favorite. It just didn't do much for me, so I wouldn't get another one of it. I would recommend the rose one, of course. And then from �49, which is a French pharmacy brand, I have their ᴠᴜᴜᴜᴜ, which is thermal spring water, which is really good for sensitive skin. There are a few different brands that do thermal spring waters. Internationally, you can get Vichy, and you can also get La Roche-Posay ones. These brands used to be available in India, but they just abruptly left, so you can't really get their stuff anymore. There's also Evian, but I don't think Evian has ever been available in India really, so this is the only one that we have, and you can get it in a big size. This one is the more travel friendly, smaller size that is good if you want to take it on flights and stuff. I really like this because it's just water, but it's supposed to be really beneficial water from France. Because it comes in a metal aerosol can, it always feels cool when you apply it, and also the spray is really nice because it gives like this fine mist. A spray bottle like this, it just doesn't distribute the mist as well. It tends to be bigger droplets and it doesn't spread as well, while this type of a spray gives you a fine mist that you can easily apply on top of your makeup also. It's soothing and anti-irritating. It is of course a little bit expensive. Will this stuff change your life? Probably not. I have bought many of these over the years, and right now I just have a lot of other mists and toners, so I probably won't be repurchasing this soon. And my final product for the skincare category is the Dot & Key Water Drench Hyaluronic Acid Serum. Actually talked about this a few times. This product was also a part of a simple skincare routine that I filmed this summer. I'm gonna link it over there. I do like Dot & Key serums quite a bit. They work well for me. My only real complaint with this product would be a really strong fragrance. I hope they'll keep fragrances out of their formulations in the future, because it just smelled really perfumey, a little bit like cologne. I didn't enjoy that. But other than that, I think this works really well for a lot of different skin types, and will help you with layering moisture in pretty much any season. Although if you're using it in dry weather, I mentioned make sure to mist. And if you guys don't want to buy like these kind of fancy mist, just get a spray bottle and fill it with water and mist your face. That works equally well. Hydration, I think, is one of the most important aspects of skincare really. And hydrated skin is happy skin. So it's time to talk about makeup now, and I just have 3 products in this category, so it should be over pretty quickly. The first thing I have is basically this old eyeliner. It looks so vintagey. This is the Revlon Fabuliner. This was just like a black liquid liner. Today I'm wearing brown liquid liner, but I usually wear black liner a lot. Now Maybelline Hyper Glossy is one of my all-time favorite black liquid liners. The brush on this was a little bit thicker than the Maybelline one. A thinner brush offers you more control, but a thicker brush is handier if you like drawing kind of a thicker wing anyway. You can just kind of get it done more quickly really. And I enjoyed using this one. I actually looked it up before talking about it today. I've just not heard anything from Revlon recently as a brand. They have reformulated it. The packaging is different, but the formula is also different. And people like this old one. I like this old one. People don't seem to like the new one. I have not tried it. Based on just this, I was going to be saying this is nice and I recommend it. But now seeing people's feedback, if you guys are looking for a liquid liner, just buy the Maybelline one instead. It's cheaper and you really would not regret it. From Benefit, this Posie balm that I've had for a really long time. This is a tinted lip balm, and they have this available in a few different ones. There's Benny balm also. Posie balm gave your lips a sheer like light pink tint. If I swatch this on my hand, I would get the light pink tint visible, but on my lips the tint didn't really show up. So I was actually kind of thinking about whether I should include this in skincare or makeup, because fact of the matter is I use this more at home and I used it more for its skincare benefit. I like tube-based lip balms during the daytime because I can put it while I'm just doing some other work and not have to worry about like hygiene and stuff. At night time, I don't mind dipping my finger into a pot, but this is handy to even carry around. and it gave a really nice glossy finish. So a couple of times I actually put this over matte lipstick to give it a little bit of a glossy shine. I did like this one. I don't think this will be a repurchase for me right now, and I do have another one of these balms in a different tint. I'm just really glad that I finished it because I tend to misplace lip balms before finishing them, and this one, like, I actually hit the bottom. From Maybelline, I have their Clean Express Total Clean Express Eye and Lip Makeup Remover. I don't know why they have the word express twice and then they also have the word clean twice. This is just basically a biphasic makeup remover, especially for eye and lip makeup. It works really well. I would recommend it, but also micellar water works nicely as well. This seemed to work okay for waterproof makeup, not amazingly. Like, you had to go over it a few times. I just won't be repurchasing it right now because I already have a lot of alternatives at home, but I think it was good at its price point and stuff. On to the next category, which is going to be body products. I have quite a few body products this time, including some that are very winter specific. For hair removal, I just have this random razor. This is from Chic and it's a disposable razor, and this one is from America. So I wouldn't really buy disposable razors now, and if you guys are looking to shave also, it's like my favorite form of hair removal really, though I keep going back and forth. But shaving is easy, and also shave does not have any risk of irritating my skin the way other methods such as waxing or hair removal creams might. I would say that if you're getting into it, buy a reusable razor where you just have to change the cartridge. These are wasteful and they don't really work as well as a reusable razor. I'm gonna keep shaving for some time now, and I also have disposable razors, so gonna finish those off, you know. Now I have a couple of body washes, and these are really nice body washes, so I do want to talk about them. From ʟᴍᴜ, I have the Ginger Spice Bath and Shower Gel, and I've known of ʟᴍᴜ for a while. They are a luxury Ayurveda brand from Sri Lanka, and they're kind of on par with the luxury Ayurveda brands we have in India, like Kama Ayurveda and Forest Essentials. When I used this, the fragrance of it blew me away because it's the most amazing spicy, gingery kind of citrusy fragrance. It's also a really strong fragrance, but in a good way. It didn't smell perfumey, it smelled like you're in a spa, and I mean that. I was really impressed with how much the fragrance lasted, and this is the kind of fragrance that fills your entire bathroom when you use it, and then the bathroom smells like it for another couple of hours after you've finished your shower. I really liked using this one. I think I got this as part of a kit of ʟᴍᴜ minis, but I'm actually going to be looking at ʟᴍᴜ more now in the future for nice smelling products, you know. Then I also have one from Kama Ayurveda. This is their Sannobar body cleanser, also a mini. It has pure essential oils of cypress orange. This one also smells really nice. The cypress orange was really like an interesting and sophisticated smell. It kind of smelled like bitter oranges to me. It was good. It was not your typical orange fragrance, but I loved it. The fragrance just was not anywhere near as strong as the ʟᴍᴜ one, and I actually used these one after the other. After using the ʟᴍᴜ one, the Kama Ayurveda one felt like kind of a letdown. If I had used this at any other time, I would have appreciated it more, but when you're coming off something that like impresses you that much, then this one was kind of in its shadow, you know. So both of them were nice is what I'm saying, but ʟᴍᴜ was better, and you guys should look them up really if you like nice smelling body products. I can't stress this enough. They are a little bit luxury pricing, but still not so expensive that like they make your eyes pop out. Like, I know there are so many other brands such as Aromatherapy Associates that smell so nice, but that they are quite expensive, and I can't find myself like justifying that price for body products. With ʟᴍᴜ, I would happily purchase because it's not that pricey and it makes you feel so nice. Now another nice smelling body product from Forest Essentials. I have their oudh green tea bath and shower oil. Look at the state of this bottle, you guys. I didn't want to use this up fast because it's expensive, and so I just used it very little over a long period of time, but it was in my bathroom the whole time. And so the bottle ended up looking so messy and you can't really tell, but this is a luxury product. I think this is the third bottle of their bath and shower oil that I finished off. My first one and second one maybe was the Mashobra honey and vanilla one, which I really like, but honey and vanilla, so it was something that was more on the sweet side. Then I switched to this one, and I like this one even more because it's more of a unisex scent, which is really nice. I don't think sweet scents are necessarily feminine or anything. It's just that I don't like sweet scents, and this one was more balanced. Oudh and green tea make an amazing combination. Though this oil is expensive, it doesn't have like cheap filler oils. It's actually like got nice oils in it like almond, sunflower, avocado, apricot. And I'm actually reading off the ingredient list, not just the description. So there's also ashwagandha, gokharu, I don't know what gokharu is, deodaru, and there's vitamin E, and oudh and green tea essential oils. So these are cold pressed, and as I said, no filler oils such as mineral oils. If you guys are looking for a really good quality, hydrating, nice smelling bath and shower oil, especially for the winter, I would recommend. I'm not repurchasing right away because a little bit expensive, and you know, I just finished this one, so I think I'll wait a little while, and maybe in the future I would buy one of them, and because I've waited, I'll actually miss it a little more. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, we all know that, right? So I actually have just one mini body lotion that I finished, which is surprising to me because I've actually been using body lotion every single day since it got cold, and that was not a habit I have in other seasons, but now I feel like my body skin really needs it because it gets really dry in winter. This is the Body Shop's Japanese Cherry Blossom. It smells really nice. This being a body lotion was like light and milky texture. If you have really dry skin, definitely look at Body Shop's body butters for the most hydrating experience, or even their body sorbet is like in the middle. I think the body lotions are the most runny. They are not bad to put at any time during the day, just quickly. They get absorbed really fast. It's nice and it smells good. I won't be repurchasing it right now because when I figured out that I have eczema last year, I went crazy and I bought enough body lotions for like a year and a half or something, so I'm still working through all of them. Now for the very final category, which is miscellaneous. This is like a wildcard category where I just put in random things that don't fit anywhere else. And today I have something that I think is really important, and I think this really changed my beauty game in a way. I think this really worked wonders on my hair as well as my nails. This is the salmon fish oil, and I actually did a lot of research before I started using these supplements. Now this goes without saying that anything I'm telling you guys is not medical advice, and I'm not a doctor or anything like that. You can usually start supplements like this without a doctor because this kind of works well for almost everybody. But you know, in case you have any pre-existing conditions or something, you guys should probably check with your doctor and see if you can start on these. After doing a lot of research, I bought this particular brand called Carbamide Fort because this had some of the strongest supplements. So if you buy like weaker ones, then you have to take like 2 or 4 a day. This one being 1000 mg, I could just take 1 a day. The only weird thing about supplements, I think, is even though you know they're working internally on your body and they're probably giving you micronutrients that you may not get naturally in your diet, it becomes hard to see any tangible change, and you find yourself wondering like, is this really doing anything? But one way that I could see that this stuff worked really well is my nails. Right now I trim them. I think just a few weeks ago I put an Instagram story that got a lot of responses from you guys. Those were the longest that my nails had been in a really long time. Usually when they get that long, then one nail or the other chips and I have to cut them. But they grew long and they were still so strong, not a single nail chipped. And what made that even more eventful is that I had spent the last few days kind of doing heavy lifting work with tools and spanners and nuts and bolts, and I was so sure I would chip a nail or two, and the fact that all of my nails remain intact through all of that really convinced me that adding these supplements to my diet was a really good alternative. Since this is a salmon fish oil, it is derived from fish obviously, so if you're vegetarian or vegan you may not be able to take this exact one, but I'm gonna put an alternative in there that's vegetarian and vegan friendly also. Really, if you start taking supplements, you're not going to see the changes right away, but it's a good habit to stick with, because I can bet that you guys will start seeing changes. Just it'll take a little while, you know, so be patient. That was it for today's empties video. At the end of these videos always I talk so much that my throat gets scratchy. You guys know that all of the products are listed in the description. Again, I'm just reminding you, if you have your own experiences to share, or if you have any questions for me, just leave a comment and I will be happy to get back to you. If you enjoyed, of course, please give it a thumbs up because it helps a lot, and thank you for making it to the end, because I know these videos are really long. I will see you guys in my next video, which will come sooner than you think. Bye.